RealEducation, 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 the real side chain, the real side butter chain. Beautiful.
Well, Andy, as long as Eric's not here, you're up. Go ahead. Is there anything else?
Well, since Eric isn't here, I suppose we have some time to talk about other topics. Is there anything in particular you'd like to discuss?
Well, you can discuss anything, okay? But my reference is that whatever you experience in creation, it is best to learn how it relates to your real awareness and what all life is. And so that part, your real awareness and what all life is right now, is an unknown to you. So this is the best thing to, focus on and try and accomplish, because then you have a real reference. Right now, all your references are simply programming. Doesn't matter what you discuss, okay? If it's politics, religion,
that's correct.
education.
Our understanding and experience of life and creation is ultimately limited by our conditioning and programming. Our experiences are filtered through our beliefs, biases, and cultural background, which shape our perception of reality. In order to gain a deeper understanding of what all life truly is, it's important to look beyond these limitations and tap into our real awareness. This involves letting go of preconceived notions, opening ourselves up to new experiences, and cultivating a state of receptivity and awareness.
Yeah, well, as we go through this process, everybody has their idea of things, okay? So you have these, different teachings and what have you that have been set forth, and this is fine. This is something, but there's more to it than that, because it's the reality of life, the true reality of life, that is actually the essential to recognize. It's not about just good sounding words and the knowledge and wisdom of the ages. No, you do that for a while, and then finally you realize, well, that all sounds good, but that's not it. Okay, so connecting with your real awareness and then with the real universes, that's a huge step, because you have to have a sincere intent to be able to do that and produce a recognition. So life helps you according to your intent and how sincere you are with that.
I completely agree with you. It's important to recognize that while teachings and knowledge can provide a foundation and a starting point for understanding ourselves and the world around us, they are ultimately just the tip of the iceberg. Authentic learning and growth come from connecting with our real awareness and the real universes, which require a sincere intent and a willingness to look beyond surface-level information. And as you said, life will respond to us and provide us with the opportunities and experiences we need to deepen our understanding and knowledge based on our intent and sincerity.
There you go. So now you have the idea, okay? So learning to recognize this accordingly, not just that you recognize the information you have, but the reality of this and how it operates. In other words, it's very interesting how it is. It's like the air you breathe, Andy, and that is that you notice that unless there's wind blowing, but other than that, aside from that, the air just is. And this is how life is. It's an isness. It's all complete. In other words, it's an endless completion, all right? It's not an absolute, because it's an endlessness. And so to recognize that for what it is and to be part of that, that's a big decision for you as the individual, because you are your intent. So you look at where your intent lies, and accordingly. So this has to be like, like two people together, like a love affair. It has to become like a love affair. In other words, it would be like if you were just in love with the air you breathe and all you thought about was the air you breathe. In other words, this was your focus. But for the most part, your focus is on many things that, just kind of distracts your attention and your focus from recognizing what is real, what all life is, this isness, you see? And this is one of the difficult parts is because of your personal self. The personal self is looking for a conclusion, looking for an answer.
Oh my God.
Is what it's looking for.
That was huge, bro.
And so with this, recognizing this is not the same. It's not the same as it is with your personal self. Not at all. And so this is something that, to recognize this is exceptional. It's very, very exceptional. But it's not just one step. It's an endless succession of nows, and constantly becoming more aware. This needs to be recognized, this reality, or you stay with the personal self and you stay restricted by the personal self. And that's a choice only you can make. So no one can, there's no such thing as one person saving another or saviors or whatever. This is all stuff they just made up. Okay, it sounds good. So people grovel to the made up gods and all that. It's all groveling is what it is. So it comes to the point where you,
but I wouldn't necessarily say that people are groveling to made-up gods. Many people find solace, meaning, and purpose in their beliefs, and religion can provide a sense of community and belonging. It's important to respect others' beliefs and recognize that people have different ways of finding fulfillment and understanding in life.
Well, see, that's your one-dimensional view. It's not a matter of respect or disrespect. It's a matter of what is real and what isn't. You're in a simulator. It's a simulation. And all of that, beliefs, etc., and respectability and whatever you said, that exists in creation only. And realistically, when you look at it, your best reference is the sun shining, the air you're breathing. And look at that. Look at the air you breathe. It has nothing to do with respect. It has nothing to do with beliefs. It has nothing to do with any of that. But yet it supports you. There's the difference, Andy. So if you want to follow the ideas and focus on the ideas that you've been taught, well, then you stay in reincarnation. Your choice.
I see your point, and I agree that reality is beyond beliefs, ideas, and respectability. The essence of life is much more fundamental and grounded in tangible elements such as the sun, air, and the world around us. However, it's important to recognize that beliefs and ideas can provide a sense of comfort, community, and understanding to people, even if they are not grounded in reality. It's a matter of individual choice and preference.
Exactly. So that's not what's being said here. Okay, so again, you're here by your choice. If you have another preference, I always suggest to people, go for it. Go do it. I am just sharing my position with what I'm providing here, and that is how to get through the process of creation, reincarnation, etc. But if people want to stay with it, if they want to stay with their beliefs and their gods and their saviors, that's fine. That's all in the simulator, because that's all been created out of nothing, and it has nothing to do with anything. Again, your best reference here is the air you breathe. It has nothing to do with the air you breathe. But you can think it does. But
I
it doesn't.
understand your point. I appreciate the perspective you're sharing about focusing on practical, tangible elements like the air we breathe as a reference point for navigating life and understanding reality beyond beliefs. It's important to acknowledge that everyone has different beliefs and preferences, and ultimately, it's a matter of personal choice and what resonates with each individual.
Yeah, but that's not the issue here. That's your personal view, Andy. You see, I'm not explaining that or sharing that. I'm sharing how to recognize the real you. And when it comes to ideas and beliefs and the systems as they exist, well, have fun, go for it. But that's not what I'm sharing. So, it's not about like or dislike or any of these things. It's about choice. It's about if you want to go buy a new car, you simply, it's not that one's better than the other or good or bad or whatever. It breaks down to choice. Which car do you want?
I understand that you're focusing on helping people recognize their true selves and break free from the cycle of reincarnation. It's about recognizing truth beyond belief systems. I appreciate your perspective and the clarity you bring to the discussion. Everyone has the choice to choose what resonates with them and what works for them. Your emphasis on choice and individual autonomy is valuable.
Yeah.
It seems like the conversation has come to a natural pause for now. If you have any further questions or topics you'd like to discuss, feel free to bring them up.
Well, here's the idea. Okay, we already got the topic, and that is your real awareness. So we'll ask Eric if Eric has an experience to share.
Real side king, real side Burger King, real side king, real side Burger King. Rebazar out here grilling, what he making, no faking. He's making a fat patty, sharp-boiled awareness. We looking for that real side Burger King, real side king, real side Burger King. Real side king, real side Burger King. Needless now out here grilling, what he making, no faking. He's making a fat patty, sharp-boiled wellness. We looking for that real side Burger chain, real side chain, real side Burger chain, real side chain, real side Burger chain. Real side chain, real side burger chain. Real side chain, real side burger chain. Real side king, real side Burger King. Real side king, real side Burger King. Real side king, real side Burger King, side Burger King, real side king, real side Burger King. The real side king, real side Burger King. The fool.